Twin Moon Trilogy Part 2, Rapture of the Serpent, by Wilbop. My head is wet. My neck hurts. Everything is black. I'm lying on bark and twigs and wet mud. It's cold, and the air is heavy with the acrid smell of piss. No idea where I am. I clamber shakily to my feet and open my eyes. I see mud and dirt below me, and all around shadows taking the shapes of trees. The night sky stretches up above, but the color is strange. And there, in the center of it, 2 moons. 2 fat, round, pale moons, side by side in the sky, identical twins. Seems wrong somehow. My arm itches suddenly, but when I scratch it, pain shoots through me. I look down and see the words cut into my skin. There should be only one of. The message seems incomplete. Seems like whoever wrote it ran out of arm, or words. Perhaps I wrote it myself. I consider finding something sharp and cutting the words into my other arm to compare handwriting, when I hear a noise behind me. A giggle, a branch snapping. Something moving, getting closer. The smell of piss becomes stronger. Sudden fear grips me, and I start to run toward the twin moons, the only landmark I have. The mud is slippery, and gnarled roots snake in and out of it, threatening to catch my feet and pull me down. I can hear something chasing me, something large. A dead branch pokes up at me, reaching out to trip me. I take a breath and jump over it. Snap! Ugh! I take a few more steps and turn back. That wasn't my scream. It was the thing chasing me. Help! Please! I've twisted my ankle. Please, come back and help me. I don't think I can walk. Oh, God, it hurts. I turn toward the voice and see a figure slumped down in the mud. It's a man, I think, or something like it. Shoeless, dressed in filthy jeans and cloak. A ripped woolen beanie sits on his head, pulled over his face so that only his mouth and chin are showing. His teeth are crooked, his chin smeared with pimples, and he smells overpoweringly of piss. The smell, was it him all along? I decide to ask him. That piss smell, was it you all along, old man? Ha! He lets out a laugh like a cry of pain. Old, you think? Nasty piece of dirt. You've been running from me like a fool, and now I'm hurt. Hurt because of you, as usual. Do you even realize what you are running from? Surely you know by now. I was running from you. Yes, obviously. But do you even know who I am? The dirty, piss-smelling man licks his leering lips, then reaches up and pulls away his beanie to reveal his ugly, haggard, badly cared-for features. He gives me a moment to study his face before nodding his head and cackling at me. Yes, that's right. You recognize your own face, don't you? You and me, we're one and the same. Admit it. I frown at him. Sorry, I have amnesia. I don't remember what I look like. Oh, amnesia, huh? Okay. There is a pause as the man digests this information. Tell you what, we don't have much time. 3 questions. Ask me 3 questions and I'll give you 3 answers. What, 3 answers per question for a total of 9? No, just 3 answers. You forget how to count as well? Now, hurry up. The moons are getting closer together. I stop to think. Okay, first question. How did I get here? Ha! You or me? I'm not sure who made a bad choice. A real bad one. Things have gotten out of hand, and now that choice? Well, it wants to undo itself. I see. Second question, then. Why are there 2 moons in the sky? Ha ha ha! It's a guide for us. See how they look the same? And they're getting closer and closer? They're joining up, and we need to join up too. What's your last question? I squint up at the strangely colored night sky. Why is the sky bright blue? Because it's the middle of the day! And now that I've answered your questions, don't you think you owe me? Come here. The wretch lunges toward me, then lets out a howl as his twisted ankle takes his weight. He tumbles down, smashing his head hard against a rock. Dazed, he staggers clumsily to his feet and lunges at me again. He trips, hurtling toward a spiny bush, slamming his face into it and yowling in pain. Ah! I'm blind! I can't see! Help me, please! He takes an agonized step in my general direction, his eyes bloodied and ruined, and punches at mid-air. His fist hits a tree, and out of the tree slithers a snake. The snake bites the man's throat, and a red, raw river of blood gushes out. The smell is primal, meat and blood and piss. The man falls to the ground, crying pathetically, and dies like a coward. The snake crawls down the tree and makes its way slowly to me. It raises its scaly head and softly speaks. One moon dressed in red. Won't the other join? I look up at the sky. The moon on the left is the same as ever, but the one on the right is a lurid blood red and looks like it smells of piss. They're so close now, they're almost touching. The snake keeps speaking. Come now, come, come. Come to me and let's join skins. Tongue to see, scale for hide, body unyielding, and fangs for weapon. I shake my head slowly, pulling out a weapon of my own. A huge gun loaded with 6 powerful bullets. The snake lets out a sharp hiss. Such a weapon holds no power over me. I smile. No one said this was for you, snake. Ignoring the tears welling up in the creature's eyes, I lift the weapon, put the cold barrel against my head, and pull the trigger, dying instantly. After all, I think to myself, 2 heads are better than 1. The end.